Hello to my beautiful soul family, my galactic soul fam. Hello to all of you light workers, light walkers, light warriors, earth angels, healers, shamans, regular people. Welcome. And if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the frequency of Gabby. When I said that, my lights flickered. I don't know if that picked up on camera, but that was pretty dope. So I just want to thank everybody real quick before I start this video. We're going to talk about grounding today. So before I get into the whole thing about grounding, I just want to thank everybody that has ordered something from me, used my services, ordered a tarot card reading. I did get those readings out to everybody that ordered within the last couple of days. Your readings have been sent to you this morning. So check your emails. And thank you to everybody that has ordered a numerology reading. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching my channel. If you would, please, if you are watching right now, could you please give my video a thumbs up? That will help me stay within this algorithm that YouTube has, and it'll pop up on other people's timelines on their YouTube, on their own personal platform. It'll pop up as videos you may like to watch. That was weird. Why does this weird stuff happen to me when I'm alone? Was that my neck? No, it wasn't my necklace. That was weird. I wonder if the camera picked that up. The light flickered, then it sounded like my crystals fell off the shelf or something. And I don't see the cat anywhere around. It was definitely in here. That was weird. But hey, whatever. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll catch an orb or something on camera. I don't get a lot of activity in this house like I did in my other house. My other house, you definitely would have seen an orb here or there. But this one's pretty chill. I don't notice a lot of stuff. If anything's here, it's because it's connected to me or just the stuff I pick up from the antique shops. But because they haven't really been moved around or anything, they're just kind of like chill. They're happy and they're just like, whatever. I don't really have that much activity anymore. It's a bummer. I kind of miss it. Except for when stuff like this happens, it makes me feel like, okay, it's starting to wake up a little bit. But that's normal. Around this time is when activity wakes up. I'm still very new in this house. We moved in April, I think. So, there's been a few things here and there. Definitely not like the other house, but it's been a few things, which makes me think that there's something that's attached to me that's, like, hey, I'm here, you're ignoring me, and I'm just gonna make myself be known by like making noise and dropping things. As long as they don't throw things at me, we're cool. So, yeah. So let's get into this video. The subject today is grounding. So I've talk about a lot of things all the time. It seems like my focus when I talk to you guys is the energy that's coming into the planet and ascension, symptoms, and what you may be experiencing. And as we all go through this whole transformation, we want to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And one good way to do that is by grounding yourself, being within, in the moment. Grounding helps you to find balance within, be connected with mind, body, and soul. It helps you quiet and tune out some of that chatter in the back of your mind. It helps you to raise your vibration, to get out of that lower vibration. And a lot of the side effect or a lot of the symptoms that you're feeling in your everyday life, grounding helps you. I want to say cope, but not cope with them. Grounding helps you kind of, it's like a protection for you. Grounding is like wearing this armor that other people cannot see. And it keeps you protected from the outside world, from any negativity, lower vibration, anything that just that is not for your highest good. Grounding will bring you to a higher vibration, bring you into a state of love, joy, happiness. It'll balance you out. And by grounding yourself, it'll keep you protected from your everyday life. So let's talk about it. My hope is that everyone that is tuned in is well. And I just want to take a quick moment to send all of you that are watching this video right now some loving energy. So I'm going to get myself prepared to send all of you guys some loving energy. Okay. Now I'm going to set the intention in my mind. I'm about to telepathically send my love to everybody that is tuned in, everybody that's watching. I'm sending my love gently and unconditionally from my heart chakra to yours. I'm going to hold the intention that I'm going to make my love available for you, for all of you, to accept it if you choose. I cannot and will not force it upon any of you. I'm just sending it to you freely. It's for you to accept. It's all up to you. It's free will. Free will, baby. Free will. All I can do is take a moment to let it build up in my heart and pass it on to you. If you accept the love and light, open your heart and allow it in by taking a big, deep breath. And exhale. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all of you. I'm grateful to all that is tuned in right now. I thank you so much. I hope that you all can feel that love, and I hope that it brightens up your day. I know that when I was holding my hand like this, I felt tingling in the palm of my hand, like energy was literally spewing out like little laser lights, like shh, into the the web world, webs, like Spider-Man. So I hope that you felt something. If you felt something with those kind words, if you felt any tingles in your heart chakra or any sensation in your body, please share down below. But with that being said, let's get into this video about grounding. So I want to talk to you guys about grounding today. I always talk to you guys about ascension symptoms. It seems like I'm always talking about ascension symptoms, but that's what life is nowadays. It's about this transformation that's happening. We're all transforming. It's a daily thing, and we're always doing it. And it's, and all of us are having all of these crazy symptoms. Some of us are aware of it, and some of us are not aware of it. But for those of you that are aware of it, you're here. You found my video. You found my video. It wasn't a coincidence. You are here because you were guided to be here. Okay, you were led here. Energy led you here. You resonate with me. If you're still watching this, it's because you resonate with me. If you didn't resonate with me, you would have clicked off my video already. You'd be like, why am I wasting time on this weird ass girl? And you would have left. But if you're still here, it's because you resonate with me. So yeah, so I'm always telling you guys about, or not telling you, I'm sharing, symptoms that I have, ascension symptoms that a lot of people experience. I'm always sharing tips with you guys on how to take care of yourself to get through this ascension, because this ascension is a process. It's not something that's easy. It's definitely challenging. It's a process. And if you are consciously aware that you are going through an ascension, then it's up to you to consciously take care of yourself because you are aware that you are transforming. And when you're transforming, you have to give a little TLC to the transformation in order for the transformation to go as smoothly as possible. Okay, so some of you, like I said, are new to all of this and may have no idea what grounding means. And this video is mostly made for you guys, okay? Doesn't mean that, you know, that the ones that have been on this path for a long time, it doesn't mean that this video is not going to benefit you. It will benefit you because it may remind you of a few techniques that you could do as you go through this process. Me just doing this video helped remind me of a few things that I used to do that I stopped doing. And then now that I've, made this video, I was like, oh man, I haven't done, for instance, like the salt bath. I haven't done a salt bath in so long. I'm like, damn, all of this craziness, this energy that I've been feeling for these last, I don't know, couple of months. If I would have just taken that salt bath, I probably would have eliminated a lot of those feelings and symptoms months ago instead of being a glutton for punishment and just dealing with it and just like it's like an energy beatdown. Yeah, I got energetically beat up for a while. And so yeah, this video is not just for the new people, it's for everybody. You can brush up on a few things if maybe you forgot, like I did. So in order for me to talk about grounding, we have to have an understanding. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. We are energetic beings. We're electrical beings living in this electrical universe. We are a human conduit. Okay? Humans, us human beings, not just us humans, like like flowers, bugs, birds, trees, everything emits this energy. But us humans, we emit this electrical current to affect living organisms. And another living organism affects humans, meaning rocks could affect us, trees could affect us, birds could affect us, our cat could affect us, we affect our cat, we affect nature. So it's a back and forth thing. We affect each other. It's a transfer of energy. Have you ever heard someone say, for instance, they feel like their spouse or their boss or one of their siblings or their friend or just a massive crowd of people they feel like being in that crowd of people has drained their energy, or their lover is draining their energy? That's a real thing. People can literally drain your energy. They may not even know that they're doing it. Some people do it because they're energy vampires, but sometimes it just happens because it's the transfer of energy and you have no protection over your energy field. So you're just leaking and receiving, energy that is unwanted. So that's where grounding comes in. You might even hear somebody say, I mean, it's not always negative, like, oh, I'm drained. Sometimes you'll hear people say something like, oh, I went camping in the Adirondacks and I feel recharged, or I went on this hike in nature and I feel recharged. I feel happy. I feel um, like I have no more pain in my body. I feel joy in my heart. They have all this positive energy, floating around them, all because they spent time in the woods with trees and nature and flowers and birds and bugs and water, all of that recharged their energy field. The fact of the matter is that humans can absorb and emit electrical currents, which can have more of an effect than you may imagine. In some cases, it could change the path of your day and or even your life. We are all energy. We are energy, an infinite current of energy. This is where grounding comes in. We need to ground ourselves to protect our energy. Grounding is the act of balancing your spiritual, physical, energy by connecting yourself with Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia is the earth, okay? Grounding is something everyone should learn. I just seen a light flash in the corner of my eye and there's nothing there. Okay, something is going on here. It started with the flash, the sound that something fell, and now another flash. But if there's actually a light in front of me, but there's no light out there. So something is getting my attention and it's got my attention. So something is here. Something is with us. I did do a reading this morning. Sometimes when I do readings, I get energy that lingers around. But I don't feel anything is bad. So you're welcome to chill and join me in my video if you'd like. Show up on the video. Come in front of come to the light. Come to the light and show yourself. Some of my past videos, I've had orbs like pass by me and people are like, oh, that was so dope. That would be really cool if it did it now that I'm asking for it to do it. Anyways, back to the video. Grounding. See, I talk so much, I forget what I was saying. Grounding yourself to Gaia. Grounding. I hate when I go off track. Anyways, grounding is something that everybody should learn. Everybody should know how to ground. They should actually teach grounding. They should teach meditation. Meditation grounds you. They should teach this in school. But most of you guys already know that practicing how to center yourself, to go within, to tune in with your intuition is not a part of their indoctrination program, okay? They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to go within. They don't want you to ground and train with the earth's energy. It has been their fucking mission to pull you apart and depend on them and allow them to think for you and for them to be your source of energy. But I'll save that for another video. Anyways, knowing how to ground yourself is very important. It's very, very important. Everybody should practice it. When I first started to develop my psychic gifts consciously, I've always had these psychic gifts. I've shared this in previous videos. I just didn't know that they were gifts. I thought it was something normal until I became old enough to realize that I was weird or strange. But when I started to consciously develop my psychic gifts, and when I started to go through my awakening consciously, all of this stuff started to happen to me. And it started to intensify. And no one ever taught me about grounding. I never even really heard about it, okay? I mean, I sort of kind of did, but I didn't really pay attention to it. And nobody really told me how important it was. I was going through so much in my life, emotionally and physically and spiritually, okay? My life was chaotic for a very long time. However, even though it was chaotic, all right, being on this path consciously is what led me to this information, what led me to learning what grounding was or how to ground, what led me to the information of meditation and how to meditate. At first, I did think that all of this grounding, meditating, yoga, eating healthy, I thought all of that was just cliche, to do any of that. So I kind of scoffed at it at first and I laughed it off and I thought that it was stupid. And I said only, I was very ignorant. I said only tree hugging hippies and monks meditate, only skinny vegans do yoga. I was very stereotypical. Is that the word? I used a lot of stereotypes. And it's because the way that I looked at all that was like, it was a joke because do yoga and they only advertised very thin, flexible women, not even really men, but women doing yoga and doing all of this really cool stuff that looks so easy, but it's not. It's actually really hard. And it was all about these inversions and being so flexible, and they were so healthy and they ate vegan and they were so happy, and it was just yeah, okay. So California. And then same thing with tree hugging. I'm like, you know, only people that are nerds that have no life, like everyday people don't just go out and hug trees. That is so cliche. And here I am hugging a tree in my yard. The first tree I hugged was my pine tree. Don't advise hugging a pine tree. It's very sticky. I was sticky for a very long time. I had sap in my hair. I don't even know how sap got in my hair. I had it on my arm, and it was very hard to get off. But yeah. So now that I'm more open about all of this, and I'm going to tell you guys now, it's not for tree hugging hippies and monks. It's not for skinny vegan California girls, you know. It's for everybody. It's for the whole human race to do this. You just have to be open-minded. I was like in a box. I didn't think this way back then. I was very ignorant, okay? I was very egotistical. Even though I had these gifts, I was still very egotistical. So anyways, when I started to consciously go through all of this, I started to experience so many symptoms. I did not know what was going on in my life. It's just like everything was just like chaotic. I did not know how to deal with this energy because this is more energy coming in. As I become consciously aware that something is going on with me, I'm opening up to allow more energy to come in. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative energy, it's just energy coming in. And I didn't know how to deal with this energy. So I'm just like this human standing out there just being blasted with all kinds of energy. It didn't matter if it was good energy, it didn't matter if it was bad energy. You know, I didn't know what it was really even doing to me. I had to learn what it was doing to me. I had to experience what it was doing to me so that I could share and talk to you guys about it. I didn't know how it was benefiting me until I started to sit down and say, you know what? Ego, shut the fuck up. I'm going to go hug a damn tree. I'm going to go walk outside barefoot. I'm going to ground. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this yoga. I'm going to see how this affects me. And you know what? It had positive effects to it. So I continued to do it. And that's when my mind started to open up more and I expanded my awareness. I became aware. Okay. So before I became aware, I was very unwell mentally. And mentally made me unwell physically. And physically made me unwell spiritually. Okay. I would think bad stuff all the time. I was always thinking stuff like just crazy stuff. Mostly stuff that was low vibrational and scary. Mostly like, oh, what if I catch the Ebola virus and I die? Or what if I get on that train, because I used to ride the train to work. What if I get on the train and it breaks down underneath ground and then there's an earthquake and the road falls on top of the train car and we all die down here. Like I used to think like crazy stupid shit, you know, and then it would cause me to have these panic attacks, which made me feel really crappy. And it pulled me into this frequency of fear. I was constantly living in a frequency of fear, 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 fear. It was always fear, fear. And fear was destroying me. My vibration was so low. It made me so sick. And if you don't believe me, I don't know. You live in a vibration of fear and see if you can survive, because I guarantee you, you will not survive. It will deteriorate you. It will eat you alive. Literally, it will eat you alive. And then you will start to see the fear because it's on the inside, and whatever's on the inside of you starts to leak through to the outside, and you will become as ugly as fear is. What fear is doing to you is what you're going to look like. So I attracted a lot of low vibrational people in my life with this fear that I had. I made a lot of poor choices that I'm not happy with. But you know what? I have no regrets. You know why? Because I learned from those experiences. They made me who I am today. My life sucked, okay? I made the best of it, but it still sucked. But I was not happy. I was tired emotionally. I was tired mentally and physically and even spiritually. I felt like I was living in emptiness. I was living in the void. And then I started to attract these shadow people into my life. And these shadow people were tormenting me. They were scaring me. They were making me feel so scared that I wanted to throw up. That's how scared I was. So At one point of this, I went to see my doctor. I was living in Queens, New York, and I was working in Queens, New York. I was working on Queens Boulevard, and I had a doctor on Queens Boulevard. I went to go see my doctor one day, and he said to me, "Gabrielle, you are not sick. You are drained, and you're feeling overwhelmed. I think you need to get away. I think you need to take a vacation out of the city, before it kills you. You need some time off." He says, "As a matter of fact, I think you should move out of the city because the people in the city, they're draining you and you need rest. And as a doctor, I suggest that you move to the country." And I was like, "What? I thought I was here for because I'm sick." And this guy's telling me I'm not sick, I'm drained. And he's telling me to move to the country. I'm like, clearly this guy has no clue. How do you just pack up your life and leave? So my response at the time was, first I laughed and I said, "I work 3 blocks away from here. The only country that I get is the McDonald Park that was on Queens Boulevard." Yeah. And I sat there for an hour on my lunch every single day. Realistically, I said, how am I supposed to just pick up? I have a family. How am I supposed to just pick up and leave? I have a job, a family, a life here. And he said that I need to find peace and take some time to myself and do whatever it takes to try to move myself out of the city before it kills me. That's what he said. I think that was actually his way of saying that I needed to ground myself. I think he was kind of like my earth angel, because shortly after that, I visited up here in Western New York in 2013. I came up here and took I think I took a week off work, came here, visited. I felt good. I felt happy. And then that whole thing with Ebola happened in New York City. And then this lung virus, that little children, they couldn't breathe and they were dying. That was in 2013 or 14 or something like that. I think it was 2014, because I know the Ebola virus was going on down there in October of 2014, because that's when I moved here. It was October 2014 is when I left New York City and moved to Western New York. It's funny how life, works itself out, because I believe from the bottom of my heart that he was one of my earth angels, trying to give me guidance without breaking the free will law. He wasn't treating me like a doctor would treat a patient. He was treating me like he was a spiritual doctor, but he was not. I didn't go to a spiritual doctor. He was actually my ENT doctor, ear, nose, and throat doctor. I was having some ear, nose, and throat problems, and the problems that I was having were being created by me, he said, because I was stressed. He says I wasn't sick. He wouldn't give me any medication. The doctor before him had pumped me up on antibiotics and steroids, so I thought that's what I needed. So I was kind of mad that he wouldn't give me these antibiotics and steroids. And he was telling me that the healing I needed was nature, and I was just like, this guy is a quack. And it wasn't until 2015, when I started to go further along on my path, is when I realized he wasn't a quack. He was actually what all doctors should be. He was an amazing healer, and he was definitely my earth angel. So I truly believe that if I stayed in New York City, that I would have gotten very sick, and I probably wouldn't be here today doing this video. I live in the country now, and I've learned so much from the country. I still have my struggles out here, but it's not as intense as it was when I was living in the big city. The big city really, really was killing me. It was draining me, and it was making me very sick. I've become so in touch with nature that I will never leave the country. I'll never go back to a city setting ever again. Never, ever again. I haven't been back to New York City since I moved here, not even to visit. I haven't had the urge to want to go there to visit. I feel like the cars, the people, the smell, everything will just trigger me and put me back into this fear that I don't ever want to experience again. It was horrible. I don't know why it had that much of an impact on me, but it truly did. And I was pushed out here for a reason. That's probably why it had such an impact on me, because it pushed me out here, because this is where I need to be, because this is where I need to code people. I wasn't coding anybody over there. I was too sick to code. Now that I'm here, I'm able to code people and also heal by being here in the country. So many amazing things has happened to me since I've moved out here to the country. It changed my life a lot, and a lot of times I want to fight the changes, but ultimately they're positive changes. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, you need to learn to ground yourself. Even if you're not experiencing these symptoms, you should still learn to ground yourself. But some of the basic symptoms of needing to ground yourself is feeling lightheaded all the time for no reason, not because you're hungry or whatever, or your sugar's low. It just comes out of the blue, and it's just like, ooh, I feel lightheaded, and there's no medical reason as to why you should be feeling lightheaded. You feel tired, you feel drained, you feel disconnected from yourself, from your family, from the world, from everything. You feel dazed, you feel like you're like this floating, phasing feeling, like you're here but you're there, you're in and out, you're unbalanced, you're not aligned with yourself, you're just out of it. You feel shaky. You feel like you're about to have a panic attack. You have a lot of anxiety. You feel disoriented, very emotional, very moody. And those are just a few things that you could be feeling. Those are just a few sensations that you may experience that, may happen when you have this excess energy running through your system that you don't know what to do with, and your system doesn't know what to do with it either, because it wasn't trained how to do it. It's like a wire that is out of place, or put in the wrong place. It doesn't know what to do with that energy, and it's just like going haywire and causing shortages within your body system. Okay? So as you go through your awakening, as you live life, this can also happen frequently to everyone and anyone. It may affect people that are very hypersensitive to energy. Like a lot of light workers are very hypersensitive to energy. It's important, if you are a energy worker or some sort of intuitive psychic medium that works with other people, it's important that you also ground yourself. Like, it's really important that you ground yourself, because you're about to work with somebody else's energy and you don't know what their energy is like. So grounding yourself is like protecting yourself. It's like putting on this etheric armor. Okay? So knowing how to ground yourself can help relieve the excess energy to get you back in touch with the earth and your physical body. And I want to share with you guys, I want to provide you with some tips which will help you to ground yourself, because this video is all about how to ground yourself, and these tips that I'm sharing with you are tips that I've practiced. These are things that I've practiced and they've worked for me. So if it worked for me, maybe it'll work for you. So that's why I'm sharing it. I'm just sharing. I'm not saying it will work for you. It may work for you. They're just some tips. So number one, this one is my go-to one. It's my favorite one. Go on a walk barefoot. Take your shoes off. Strut your toes. I challenge you guys to go outside and flex your feet. Naked tootsies in the grass, in the dirt, in the sand, or on the cement. Flex your feet. Get your feet naked and walk around. Don't get your body naked. You might get in trouble for that. But get your feet naked and start walking around. The earth maintains a negative electrical potential. When you are in direct contact on the ground, the earth's electrons are conducted to your body. So walking barefoot or sitting on the ground, doesn't have to be naked, just sitting on the ground, or laying down on the surface of the ground or the earth, or doing some gardening will ground you. All of that will ground you, bringing you to the same electrical potential as Gaia, as Earth. Gaia is Earth. Remember that. You will entrain with her energies. Do this for 30 days and document your experience. See how it changes yourself. in 30 days. So day one, write down what you're feeling, what you've been experiencing in life. Go outside, do the whole barefoot, sitting on the ground thing, and see how it makes you feel. Write down how it makes you feel and do that every single day for 30 days. And you can see the transformation in your writing and how you feel within those 30 days. And share it with us. You can even make a video. Make a video and I'll do like a montage of random people sharing their grounding experience and their documenting experience. Read me some of what you're writing in your journal, and like I said, I'll make a little montage of certain people doing it. But I need at least 3 people to participate, 3 or more people to participate. Sometimes I challenge you guys to do this, to send me videos, and like one person will do it. So please do like at least 3 people. If I can get at least 3 people to do this, I will create a montage of you guys doing this and these little clips going by of your experience and how it works. It's like a testimony of how grounding is so excellent for you. And I promise you, I will post that on my channel, but I need at least 3 people. If I don't get 3 people, then I can't do it. I can have more than 3 people, but I need at least 3. Okay. Number 2, get physical. Let's get physical. Dance, run, walk, jog, hike, have sex. Yes, have sex. Intimacy brings you into the present moment. Physical activities releases these endorphins. These are all great ways to reconnect yourself and stay grounded. Exercise is another excellent way to stay grounded because you focus and you connect with your physical body while expending this excess energy all at the same time. Also, yoga. I love yoga. Yoga is also very great because it centers you on a spiritual and it centers you on a physical level. And it helps you learn how to do these proper breathing techniques. And again, you don't need to be the skinny, flexible vegan that lives in California to do yoga. I don't even do inversions. Honestly, I can't. I mean, I probably could, but I'm afraid to fall, so I don't. I've been trying to do flying crow, for those of you that are familiar with yoga, for like 5 years, and I still can't fucking fly. But I can stretch, I can breathe, I can connect, and that's all that matters. And I feel amazing. I have not had a panic attack since I started practicing the act of yoga. Number 3, watch something funny, comedy, anything, cat videos. YouTube people like search random weird things. This is what me and my husband used to do. We used to sit down together, get on our phones, and we would just like on YouTube search like random things. The keywords we would use would be like people falling in the office or people falling, I don't know, we just do like random. I think our favorite one was people falling in the office. And then you would see all these videos of weird people doing weird things in their office and they would fall. And I don't know why that was funny, but it was funny. And we used to watch that and we would crack up and we would laugh. So you can do stuff like that. You know, do whatever tickles your fancy. Google whatever. You can search people slipping and falling on ice. If you think that's funny, then watch it. It'll raise your vibration. It might not be very nice, but I mean, if it's funny, just watch it. You know, don't think too much of it. Just watch it, laugh, and raise your frequency. Raise your vibration. Change your frequency, raise your vibration is what I meant to say. So streaming and TV puts all of us, you know, for those of us that watch it, it puts us in a different frame of mind and allows us to kind of check out for a little while. You know, watch something that makes you feel good. You know, try to stay away from the news, the Weather Channel. It seems like the Weather Channel is probably just as bad as the news lately. Because the mainstream media is really just going to make you feel really, really shitty, especially with everything that's going on in the world today with the politics and the virus and the vaccine talk, the the 5 thingy, and lately they're just using their scare tactics to just lower your vibration by talking about the C virus, child trafficking, money shortages, communism. Obey, obey, obey. Obey or pay. Basically, that's what it all boils down to. Obey or pay. We have managed to raise the vibration on this planet as of now in 2020. And we've done this as a collective, and we're changing physically and spiritually. But the downside is, because we've done that, we've gotten to a level, but because we've done that, the powers that be, the dark forces, have come in more forceful to try to lower us back down. So the mainstream media is trying to lower our vibration, lower that vibration that we raised up. They're trying to lower it once again by using their fear tactics, the cabal, the Illuminati, the powers that be, whatever you call them. The lower vibrational entities, they're all losing their control. They're losing their grip on us. So they're trying so much harder to keep us in fear and put us back down into fear. I mean, look at us. We're all walking around. We won't hug each other. We won't visit each other. We'll barely talk to each other because we're afraid that we're going to catch something and die. If we truly just figure out how powerful we really are, then the game is over, because that's what we're living in. We're living in a game. This is a fucking game. It's an illusion that we all created. And it's bigger than what you can even imagine. You can't even process what this is. Okay? It's just a game. And if we can all figure it out, it's a game that we win and it's over. They're trying their hardest to bring us down. Your vibration, our vibration, is gold. So we need to protect it like it's gold. So just stop worrying. Stop worrying about viruses. Stop worrying about, anything that's fearful. Just live your life. Do what makes you feel happy. Fuck their narrative. Stop allowing their narrative to bring you down. There are billions and billions of viruses around us, all the time. There always has been. And if you just take care of yourself and your immune system, you'll be fine. Eat your vitamins, your C, D, K, E, A, take your copper pills, take your zinc pills, take your magnesium, take your selenium, and your immune system will be strong. It'll be okay. Take care of your gut. Gut health is key. You'll be okay if you take care of your gut. Exercise daily, take care of your mental mind, mentally and spiritually. Be mindful, meditate, and you'll live a long, healthy, happy life. This may sound easy, but it's not. It's very challenging. It's a lifestyle change, and you'll need to have to commit to it. Death, on the other hand, should not be feared. They should not be using it against us to keep us in fear. You should not fear death, okay? Break free from the programming. This is all an illusion. Vote left, vote right. Who gives a fuck? Blah, blah, blah. Vote, vote, vote. I voted today. I don't give a shit. I drank coffee today. Do you care? Okay? So everyone, just stop. Just stop, They would have no fight if we just stopped. Politicians are, all they have to offer is broken promises. The human race is so easy to manipulate, okay? Just make a few fake broken promises and people get caught up in it. It's the perfect bait and trap. So you need to just, you are a sovereign, divine being. You are a freaking god. You're a godling. Source creator created you. A god created you. You are a fucking powerful human being. You need to wake up and own it. Okay? Number 4. I know I'm getting all like tense and hyper and stuff. Number 4. Soak your feet. Soak them in water. Sit down by the river, the creek. If you don't have a river or creek, fill the bathtub up. Soak your feet in water. Or take a hot bath. And you could add some Epsom salt or Himalayan salt or sea salt, but just don't add table salt, because table salt is toxic salt. For those of you that have been following me know this, because I stress it all the time. You could even add a couple drops of your favorite essential oil. And if you do that, it'll help you, because it's like a mood stabilizer. You can use like an orange scent to energize you, or a mint scent if you feel stuffy, or you're feeling like, like you have a migraine or your sinuses are bothering you or you feel sick, kind of sick, like you're coming down with something. Mint also is a good, it energizes me as well. Orange energizes me. Lavender can make you feel calm and, you know, like if you're having trouble sleeping, it'll help you get relaxed so you can go to sleep. It'll calm you down. Now, the act of soaking your feet will bring the energy down and away from your head, your crown chakra, and into your body, which will ground you. Bathing will cleanse you. It'll clean your aura and it will also ground you. Salt is notorious for healing the body, and it holds one of the most purifying vibrations, you know, on this planet. This is why a lot of people use salts to neutralize energy in their healing crystals. I used to use salts to do that. Now I just use selenite. I use a different crystal to do that to my other crystals instead of soaking them because I started to collect a lot and I couldn't soak them anymore. So I found a new way to do that, and it's by using selenite. And you can't get selenite wet or it'll disintegrate. So if you're going to choose the bath option, you want to use water that's hot enough that your body can handle, not too hot and not too cold, hot enough that you're comfortable. You want to immerse your body for at least 20 minutes. The longer the better, but at least 20 minutes. If you're an adult, add about a cup and a half to 2 cups of, you know, the salts. If you're a child, and then 1 cup of salt, the Epsom salts. You can add that to your bath. Now, if you're interested, I make personalized salt baths and I add other ingredients for health and healing to give you, to give you energy, or, whatever the case may be as per request. If you're interested, email me. My email address is down below. Number 5. I know this one is a little cliche. I think they're all a little cliche, but this one might be a little bit more cliche. The hug a tree. I was just talking about that a little while ago. Hug a tree. Make sure it's not the pine tree like I did because I got the sap on me and you'll get sticky. I smelled good, but it was sticky. It was a sticky situation. But yeah, hug a tree. You don't have to be a hippie to hug a tree. Just hug a tree or touch a tree or sit under a tree, lay under a tree, or even climb a tree and sit in the tree and just enjoy the tree. That'll all ground you. Number 6, meditate. Meditation is great. It's wonderful for just about anything, everything and anything. Sometimes I say, when somebody asks me a question and I don't know the answer right away, I'll say, let me meditate on it. Not let me think about it, let me meditate on it, and I'll get back to you. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I used to be, but not anymore. Let me meditate on it, and I'll get back to you. It's wonderful for just about anything, like I said. And it's really great for spiritual grounding. Yeah. So to start to meditate, you can do it any way you want, but a generic way to do it is to sit in a chair, okay? Sit up. You want to be comfortable. You want to put your feet on the ground, okay? Take your shoes off. Put your feet on the floor. This is very important for the grounding part. You want to imagine, you want to use your imagination and imagine your feet have roots. You want to make like a tree and not leave. You want to make like a tree. You want to pretend you're like a tree and you're growing these roots out of your feet. And you want to imagine that these roots are anchoring themselves deep, deep, deep down inside to the earth. And while you're doing all this, you're going to want to breathe. Breathe in and out. These big, deep, healing breaths in and out. Allow yourself to be balanced. It's all about the breath, okay? If you don't want to sit, you can lay down. You can do this laying down. If you still feel like you just can't do it or quiet your mind, you can try a guided meditation. Go to YouTube, type in guided meditation in the search engine. Boom, scroll, scroll, scroll until you find something that, resonates with you. And you could do a 10-minute guided meditation and voila, you're grounded. Okay. Number 7, if meditation is too difficult for you, you could bring your attention to the present moment. And the best way to do this is by performing a body scan, okay? To do a body scan, you'd want to take a big, deep breath to get yourself settled in. Take a big, deep breath, sit in a comfortable position, and you'll begin by eternally scanning your full body. And you're going to want to start at your toes. And while you're doing this, your focus is on your toes. What do my toes feel like? Are there any sensations in my toes that you are feeling? Are they tingling? Is there any sensation? Do they feel like needles are poking them? Do they feel like they fell asleep? Do they feel hot? Do they feel cold? Do they feel heavy? You know, just notice what you see and perceive. And then from there, you're going to want to move your way up, you know, through your legs, up through your pelvis, all the way up your spine, all the way up your torso, through your head, down through your arms. You know, you're just observing the way that your body feels in this moment, okay? The goal is to be where you are physically. You can also do this technique. You can walk around your house or wherever you're at work, wherever. You can walk around the room that you're in and, you know, just like pick up objects. Pick up objects. Like, look, I have this object. Just notice how it feels. You're touching this object. And what else can you do? You could, if you're having a panic attack, you could run cold water over your hands and notice what's going on in your body and what's going on in your environment. It may help you to even list and say out loud what you're experiencing. So going back to grabbing things and picking things up, you like you're touching. I'm touching this this salt rock right here. Okay, this Himalayan salt rock. So what I would do right now is if I was doing this and I was by myself and I was having some sort of panic attack or not panic attack, maybe I'm just wanting to ground myself and this is the way I chose to do it today. I would grab this and I would say, you know, I feel this, it feels cold, kind of feels a little greasy, it feels a little rough and bumpy. You can even sit in the moment and you can look around and you know you could start to say what you see. I'm looking out the window, I see trees, they're yellow, they're red, they're green. I see birds, I see a blue jay that just landed. You know, just observe what's around you. You could say out loud if you notice your hands, you feel like they're kind of cold. Like right now, my hands feel kind of cold. I feel like they're like little ice cubes, actually. My body feels warm, but my hands feel cold. You could say, I feel like a cool breeze on my face and neck. You know, anything that comes to mind, anything that your attention is drawn to, you know, bring yourself to that present moment. What's going on in that present moment? And what's going on in that present moment will ground you to your body, to the here and now. It also helps people that are having a panic attack, like I mentioned a moment ago. If you feel like you're having this anxiety attack, this is the perfect exercise to practice for somebody that is having a panic attack, feeling very anxious for something. So if you know somebody that's like that, you can probably coach them through something like this, and it will totally take their mind off of whatever they're being anxious about or whatever they're panicking about, because it will bring them into this moment. You can ask them, what are you holding in your hand? And make them tell you what it is. What does it feel like? Ask them questions if you're there to help somebody through a panic attack like that. Number 8, this one's important. Drink water, 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 water. I always say that, water. Drink water with lemon, drink water with lime. That will help you alkaline your body. The quantity of water that you drink will also be extremely important to you during the ascension process. The water that we drink allows the electrum to flow through your body, which is light that's lowered to a density as it enters the body mass. Now, the more water that you drink, the easier it is for the light energy to enter your body and move through your physical body. I licked my lips after touching my lip with that salt rock, and it's salty. So it will help the light move through your physical body. It will rejuvenate the organs of your body, and it will also help you during this cellular transformation to drink plenty of water. At least a gallon of water a day is what your goal is to drink, because it will help everything. It will help the transformation, the whole ascension. It'll make it a lot more smoother than it's going to be if you don't drink water and you're dehydrated. The additional water allows the light to move through the body a lot faster. Light is an electrical force in our density, and the additional water assists this movement of the light. From your perspective, you cleanse your body with additional fluids, right? Right. Now, the additional water permits the light to move through your body as life or prana brings life into and through the body. Now, in order for this transformation process or awakening process or ascension process, depends on who you are and what language you like to use, this changing process. Now, in order for this ascension process to be as comfortable as possible, you will need to keep your intake of water up. If you do not keep this intake of water up, your body will attempt to retain fluid in order to ensure that the element of flow within your system is maintained. You are washing away your old body, formatting and rebuilding it as you live and breathe and move within this body, within your body. So, number 9, I think this is the last one. Number 9, eat root vegetables. Yeah, it's the last one. Eat root vegetables. Anything that grows under the surface of the ground will help you to connect with Gaia's energies, because in order for that vegetable to grow inside the earth, it had to have been entrained with the earth's energy to grow. Some examples of grounding foods that grow in the earth are potatoes, carrots, beets, sweet potatoes. I'm growing sweet potatoes now in my garden. Radishes. I'm trying to think of some other ones, but my brain is like, but those are a few that grow inside the earth. And I like to make a soup out of all of these vegetables that I just named, and I call it my grounding soup. And I tend to make a lot of this grounding soup during this time of the season. It's very healing, and I speak intentions into my soup. It's like I'm a little witch in the kitchen brewing up my soup, my healing grounding soup. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys, or just 9 tips, 9 long tips. So really quick, the most important thing to keep in mind is that not every tip will work for every person that listened, that heard what I had to share. So what grounds me may not ground you. You know, you can keep trying different techniques or a combination of them until you find what's most helpful for you. These notes are only guidelines for you to, aid you on your own spiritual path. And, as with all spiritual work, it is often about finding your own truth. And if you disagree or feel uncomfortable with anything that is suggested here, by all means, find an alternative truth that is acceptable to you. Okay? There was something I wanted to say and I forgot. I don't know. It just slipped my mind. But anyways, grounding and earthing is all about the awareness that we are still in a physical body, as well as, endeavoring to become this spiritual, multi-dimensional being of light, So just take care of your being while you're here in spiritual form. And the best way to do that is by grounding. That's all I have for you guys today. I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and remember to do those challenges that I challenged you guys on in the beginning of the video, and share your story with us here. Tell me what works for you. Do that whole journaling technique where you're grounding for 30 days and share your story. Email me your story, your testimony, and I will do that montage if I can get at least three people. If you try one of the other techniques here and they work for you, share them. Oh, I know what I wanted to say, but I was going to forget. Don't just try it one time and go, ah, that was stupid, it didn't work for me. You got to give it at least 30 days. So if you're going to try these techniques, go through them one by one and try them for at least 30 days. Document your experience. If this one didn't work for you, try the next one. Or try something else. Like meditate, go within and ask for guidance and see what answers you receive. And, just find your own truth and stand in it. So, what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. If any of you guys have anything to share, please comment down below. If you would so kindly, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with somebody that you think that would benefit, from these grounding techniques. And if there is anybody out there that is interested in a tarot card reading, a past life reading, a numerology reading, or any of my salt baths, send me an email. Hit me up. If you would like to donate to my channel, if you'd like to donate a karmic currency to help support my channel and my work, my PayPal and Cash App information is down below in the description. Also, my favorite donation is time donations. I love time donations. Can't pay my bills on time donations, but you know what? They make me smile, and that's what counts, is just getting that snail mail. I love getting mail. My husband thinks I'm the weirdest person in the world because I'm like, did we get any mail? And he's like, why do you care? It's always bills. I'm like, no, it's not always bills, because sometimes I get time donations from you guys and I look forward to them. And I'm like, yes, I got mail. I just got a letter. I just got a letter. That's me. I'm like a little dog wagging my tail because I got a letter. So yeah, time donations are my favorite donations. So if you want to take your time to write me a letter, that would be amazing. Or draw me a picture, or share something with me that you've created. And if you have something that you create and you sell and you would like me to promote it on my channel, send it to me. I'll promote it on my channel. I have no problem doing that. I love stuff. I love presents. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I don't even know what time it is. 12:30. I go to work in a couple hours, so I'm going to take some time to edit this video and relax a little bit. I do have a little bit of a headache. There is this huge energy wave that's coming in, and it's going to be big. So the geomagnetics were a little high yesterday, and I feel like they're about to spike up again sometime this week. And I've been very uncomfortable for the last 3 nights, and today I have a massive headache and I gotta go to work. So I'm gonna sit here and try to relax a little bit. I love you guys. Take care, and be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others, but be kind to yourself as you go through this whole transformation process. Be easy on yourself. Love yourself. I love you guys. Mwah.